Hey everyone, Chris the Thrift Shop Hustler. We're going to do another What Sold on eBay today. Hope everyone is having an amazing Friday here on YouTube. And we're going to basically go over what sold on eBay, what I paid for it, and what they sold for, and kind of the theoretical reasoning behind this. Once again, I'm Chris the Thrift Shop Hustler. Definitely click the like button if you learn anything during this video. Click the subscribe and the bells for notifications. So let's get right into it. Super Mario, we have an Amiibo. We have a gold Amiibo here. This was an exclusive to Walmart. I picked some of these up a long time ago. I thought for this one I wasn't going to paint, though I do some of that sometimes. And this was something that was just put away for almost a year and a half. Pulled it out of storage. I was looking some of these up and saw that these were going for pretty good money. Anyways, this is Amiibo. I think I paid like $10 for this, and it sold for $44.99 plus $5.99 shipping because it needed to ship in a larger box. And collectors are very picky about these, the condition of the bubbles. You don't want to ship this in a small box where it's going to get crushed. You want to kind of protect these in the best way possible. Next up, we have these Los Angeles Dodgers digital crypto tokens. This is actually one of the first crypto giveaways ever for like a mainstream thing, especially in Major League Baseball. What these are good for is you get a little card and you scratch the back of it to go to a website where you can get a virtual bobblehead that you can play in a virtual game called MLB Crypto. You're probably over the next few years going to be seeing more and more of this type of thing in the mainstream as far as cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology. This was some event that I went to just to go to get these things, and definitely look into that. Anyways, sold two of these for $34.99. So definitely check out some cryptocurrency things. Next up, we have this Spunko Soda Pop figure from the 90s. We've talked about this before. There was that animation event, and I don't know if I made a video about that event or not, but if I did, I'll leave a link up here if I can remember of that event. Anyways, I paid $1 for this. This sold for $24.99 plus $2.99 shipping. I know about these. This is one of the things where, I've been doing reselling for almost 30 years, or more than 30 years, to be honest. And so these are just one of the things I knew about to look up a long time ago. We've bought these before in the past. I basically bought all these. There's 3 different styles. There's actually 4 different styles of pencil toppers, but they only happen to have 3. I guess there was a lady that worked with John Crisafulli, I think his name is, who was a creator of Ren and Stimpy. They had their own company called Spunko, and she did something there, but she ended up donating a lot of this stuff to this one particular thrift store. So they had an animation event. I saw these. I was very happy because I knew exactly how much these go for. The Sody Pop figure is probably the most sought after one, and there's a couple of other ones, and I've actually sold those too, and we'll talk about that on another episode. But definitely look out for just the odds and ends of different things, especially you have to do your research on this. Most people that will see this in a store or a thrift shop or a garage sale would pass this up in a second and not know what it was, but it's one of those things I'm saying always to do your research on every kind of subject you can. Next up, we have this Adams Contractor library. This has 500 forms on CD. It's a business CD-ROM. I got this at, I want to say I got this at Goodwill for like $2. It was in their DVD section. I always scan their DVD section and go through all that stuff because you never know what you find. I've found software sometimes that's worth over $100 in the DVD section because people just don't know what it is. Anyways, this sold really quick for $9.99 plus $3.99 shipping. Definitely look out for software. Some software you can't sell. Some software needs product keys that are only can be used once. So when you get into the software side of reselling, there's a lot more that goes into it. So definitely do your research with anything you find. Next up, we have this 2000 Topps Heritage Otani lot, which is he's a candidate for Rookie of the Year this year. But anyways, I sold 3 cards for $12.99 plus $2.99 shipping. Once again, I've got back into baseball cards this year. As I've been doing baseball cards ever since eBay started in 1995. I actually need to make a video about selling small items are probably one of the best things you can do as far as eBay. Maybe I'll make a video about that sometime next week. But anyways, definitely with baseball cards, you have to know your stuff. That's just bottom line. You can't just go and buy baseball cards and think you're going to make money off of them. You have to know exactly what you're buying, especially like stuff from the 80s and the 90s usually isn't worth anything, to be honest. Next up, we have the Sony remote control. I had this for a while. I think I paid 50 cents for this. I always buy Sony remotes when I find them at garage sales or thrift stores or anywhere. That's a relatively good price. Sony remotes sell very well. Remotes is a whole other business that you can get into. They're easy to clean. They're easy to test. You can test one with your cell phone if you don't have the unit. You can just make sure that the I forget what they call. I keep always wanting to say, oh, infrared, IR, infrared thing. You just put your camera on, you shine it to your thing, and you can see through your camera if you see the little flashing light if it works or not. That doesn't necessarily mean 100% it's going to work, but it at least means that when you put batteries in it, that it's actually doing its function. Next up, we have this yellow submarine lenticular poster. For those that don't know, the word lenticular is basically those kind of weird plasticky 3D kind of things that kind of scratch when you scratch them. They kind of have raised feeling to them, and what it does is actually that raised thing is almost like a triangle where there's an image print on both sides of the triangle. So when it's looked at in a certain angle, it changes. But anyways, this is a 3D one. I paid $5 for this at a thrift shop. I probably overpaid for this, to be honest, but this sold for $8.99 plus $5.99 shipping. This was such a hard thing to ship because it's pretty much plastic. It's not a poster that I can roll up, so I had to like literally construct a box for this because it's kind of long. I think it was like 19 inches tall or something ridiculous like that, so I had to construct a box. That portion of it took a long time. I should probably invest in some weird long boxes just in case I get some of these weird things, but that was pretty much that. And like I said, didn't make a crazy amount of money off this, but you know, Beatles stuff, especially odds and ends like this, could possibly go for a good amount of money. And the phone is beeping. Once again, I'm Chris, the Thrift Shop Hustler. Definitely go down there, click the subscribe button, click the like button if you learn anything, and we will see you next time. Take care.